Hi folks, in this video I explain some further features about the wheel play, our basic offensive setup. First, some terminology you probably heard before, home and away. Home refers to just one of the sidelines. The sideline where all of our players are who are not on the field right now, or the parents are standing and the coaches are. That's the home side. And away just refers to the opposite side of the field. When we call the wheel play, we'll tell the stack which side to stack on. And for simplicity, we'll usually just say stack away. So we'll always run the wheel play where the stack is going on the same sideline. And that makes it helpful to remember. Like when you're in the middle of a point and things are sort of broken down and crazy and you're trying to figure out where to go, you can always just keep in mind where the away side of the field is, and that tells you where to run. Okay, just so you see how this play is supposed to work and you understand that it's actually an incredibly effective offense, I'm going to show you some more footage. This is from the World Championship match from a couple of years ago when the USA is playing Japan for the World Championship. The USA team here is basically an all-star team from all of the professional teams. So they're basically, the 7 people on the field are basically 7 of the best ultimate players in the world. This is the USA team in red. They just received the disc. Now let's watch what kind of offense they're running. Okay, it's out of the screen a little bit, but hopefully you see what's going on. I think you ought to be able to understand this offense. Okay, it wasn't just that point. I'll play you a couple more points from this matchup. Here's the USA again receiving the pull. What's happening? All right, you can see exactly what's happening. This is exactly what we plan on doing. One more example from this game. So this is the last point. They were playing to 15. Here's the final point of the game. Here, I'm going to back it up actually so you can see the pull. Here's where the pull comes in. Person grabbing the disc. Notice this offensive setup here. Okay. All right, you should all be able to understand what's going on in that offense. I'll play a couple of those points slowly and explain what's happening. Here's one of the first points. So there's the pull from Japan. All right, here's the person receiving the disc. So that's the person called number 1. Notice what all the people over here, the stack is all going to the side of the field. So here number 2 gets the disc. So and notice, look, we're going upfield and centering it. How far do we want to go upfield? As far as we can before this defender comes on. So if he tried to get it up here, the defender would have been there and would have gotten the D. So you have to be aware of how far and centering it as fast as you can. Notice these folks in the stack over here. They're not running or doing anything. They're getting out of the way from their players who are live. Here we see the cutter. So here's cutter number 1. Notice he made the away cut. His defender was being smart and guarding deep. So what did he do? He just turns in and is going to get some more yards. Look at the next. So that was number 3. Here's number 4 getting ready. Look, 5, 6, 7. They're all getting ready. And notice all of them. Look how far over to the sideline he is. This is a true side stack. They are really clearing space for the rest of their teammates. So what happened in that cut? Again, you could tell he went deep. The defender was way out there guarding deep on him. So all he did was come in for this big gain. It's lots of yards still, but he's wide open for that play. Okay, and here's again, notice this person is guarding deep again. All they're doing is they're taking what they're getting, these easy cuts flowing right up the sideline like that. Okay, now once the play breaks down, this is kind of interesting. There's nothing happening here, so this person is resetting to the dump. We'll just play. So we'll do that sometimes too. The dump is there for a reason. If we have nothing going on upfield, sometimes we'll take that, we'll reset it to a different handler, and then we'll keep running the play again. Okay. One more example. You can again see the pull is deep in the end zone. Here's number 2. We're centering it up to this person as fast as we can, trying to get a few yards. And now we're going to start running the play. There's the first person. He was already out there making his cut into space. And there goes the next cut. Did you notice his defender was not deep on him? He started cutting deep, but the defender was there for the in cut. So of course, then they're just going to huck that disc deep and take the long play. All right, let's see how that happens another time. Again, you can see them stacking very fast. Everybody's getting out of the way over to the side of the field here. That's the person who's called to take the pull. So that's person number 1. Here's the person who's number 2, taking the disc center. So we want to get it off that sideline, get it out into the middle where we have some space. All right. Now here comes the cutter in the lane. As soon as they get it, they're looking upfield. And if there's a person open deep, we're just going to send the disc just like this. So notice how this person got out of position. The defender was in front of them. They had the open deep look. So the USA team just hooked the disc like that. That's what we're going to be doing too. All right. The things that I want to talk about are some things that we see in that video. One of them is continuation. So notice the whole team is working at together and moving at the same time. So when the first cut, number 3, starts with this yellow line, everybody else is slowly trotting and getting over here into the stack. But as soon as they cut in, then number 4 needs to be making their continuation cut. They start cutting out here into the lane. Because if they wait until this cut is totally done and maybe it's not going to work out, there's not going to be enough time yet for them to make their cut. So 4 needs to start their cut as soon as this cuts in. And that's how everybody keeps working as a team. And when 4 cuts up that way, 5 and 6 and everybody else is moving up the sideline. Another thing to think about, and you can see it in those videos, is how to vary your speed. So when you're making your original cut, you're probably going 75%. And then when you cut in to get the disc, you're going 100% or 90%. You're going really hard into the Frisbee. Now, when number 4 starts their cut, you don't want to just start out at 100%. They're probably starting 50%. And then once the disc goes up to this person, then they're live, they're in the main cut, so then they're going 75%. And again, the people in the stack are varying their speeds. Like, they might be trotting up the field at 25% of their speed, but as soon as they're on deck, this is the person who's going to be cutting next, then they need to be going 50% to start getting warmed up. So let me give you an example of how you can see this in one of the videos. Okay, let me find one. Okay, so the thing I want you to pay attention to is how do they vary their cutting speed? So notice at this point, everybody's just sort of jogging. They're stacking. They're going like 0 to 25%. But look at this person. Oh, you couldn't see the original person. This is the person who's already going 75%. And notice now that he's coming in, now this person is actually increasing their speed. Did you see him take off there? So once this person receives the disc and looks upfield, the next person then kicks it into gear and is going like 75% in order to make their cut valuable. Once the disc goes up, now here they're 100%, or they're running as hard as they need to in order to track that disc down. So if you watch these players carefully, they really do vary their speed a lot.